This right here has to be the flyest way to display graded cards that I have ever seen. What you're looking at is the Card Display Plus from Vaulted. And today we're going to be reviewing both the white satin and black hollow-wave editions. And towards the end of the video, we're going to be loading up these two new units full of my favorite PSA and CGC slabs. Just try to ignore that shoddy spackle job. We're going to cover it up anyway. Now, about a year ago, I bought a display case off of an Instagram ad that looked really cool because it actually had the ability to display a couple of slabs graded cards in a front window of the case and then actually store your slabs inside of it. I made a video on it. At the time, I think it was called the Display Vault. Now it is called the 4-row card case from Vaulted. Now, I bought that product myself and I actually posted the video without contacting anybody at all, but Vaulted actually saw that video and then decided to send me one of their new products that was coming out, which was the Display Vault Air, or what's now just called the Vaulted Card Display. They didn't offer me any money, they didn't tell me they were sending it, it just arrived at my doorstep, so I was just giving it an honest, unbiased review. Now, one of the things I actually pointed out in my review of the card display was I wish that there had been some sort of a way that I could cover up the slabs so that they're not just sort of exposed, not necessarily encase them, but just create some sort of a barrier between the outside air and the slabs themselves in the display. And it turns out that Vaulted actually implemented that feature in an updated version of the product called the Card Display Plus for PSA and CGC slabs. There are actually a bunch of other versions of these products on vaultedcollection.com, but I'll let you go check that out for yourself. Thank you so much, Vaulted, for sending these over free of charge and not asking for anything in return. So this is not a sponsored video, this is just a review video, and I just want to be fully transparent. They did send these products for free, but I am going to give you my honest review as always. So we actually have two boxes right here, Card Display Plus with the black hollow wave, and then the one in the back is the white satin edition. I'm gonna open these up and I'm gonna check them out, and I'm gonna show you guys what's going on behind my desk right here, because I know a lot of bedroom background stuff here isn't the most fun thing to look at, but this side that I get to see on the other side of the camera has a lot of my sort of studio decor. But let's check out the black hollow wave edition. First things first, I feel like I'm opening a pizza right now.
Maybe he'd like some pizza!
So I'm gonna open this up just like that so you guys can see what that looks like. Look how sick that pattern is. Wow, that's actually really cool. Yeah, so you can see that clear acrylic display on there, and those are magnetically attached, which is awesome. So there's no clips or anything weird you gotta worry about. Get this out of the box. So this is literally the only thing in the box right here. There's the empty box, designed for the passionate is what it says on the top. And then here we have it. So here's the bottom. It's got the little vaulted etched logo in the bottom right there. And there is the actual display. This thing looks so good. And I know I've covered this with the other versions of this in previous videos. The back of this is a solid sheet of like carbon fiber. And this is like legitimately textured and actually pretty thick and sturdy. This middle part here is like a light foam. I'm only just going through this in case you didn't see the other videos. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's like a light layer of foam. And that's what actually hugs the slabs and sort of keeps them in place. So this right here is a front acrylic protector. There's these little handles on here. So these magnets are very strong. Do not have to worry about this falling off on its own, but there you go. You can take that acrylic sheet off of there, set that aside. You can see we have that black hollow wave pattern on there. Very cool. So also these always come with 4 screws. One thing I will say, I wish these came with wall anchors. So if you're watching this, Vaulted, please maybe consider some plastic wall anchors in there as well. Not everybody has access to studs in their walls with the perfect spacing, so it would be super helpful to get those wall anchors in there. And then you can see this hollow wave pattern here is also optional because it also connects magnetically, and underneath it, if you wanted to remove it for some reason, there is a standard carbon fiber faceplate that comes on the regular version of this. So when you buy the Plus display, you're getting a regular display and all of these additional options basically. Like I said, these magnets are crazy strong. When they grab on there, they're not going anywhere, dude, like nowhere. That's literally like the hardest I could swing this, and that magnet's not coming off. And now the front acrylic panel is actually interesting because there's these little like etched out handles. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not. I'll probably bring it closer to me and then zoom in. But you can see there's this etched out handles that face the back of it, so you can kind of get your fingers underneath it in order to pry this off. Pretty cool. But I'll show you right now how crazy strong those magnets are. It just grabs right on there. That's so cool. I already got my greasy fingerprints on there, but you get the idea. Also not going anywhere. Nowhere. They did an incredible job with the magnets on this. It's so unbelievably strong and still insanely lightweight. How can I weigh this thing? Let me check my scale real quick. 2 pounds, I think. Which honestly sounds heavier than this actually feels in my hand. This feels like an empty pizza box. All right, now let's check out the white satin version. And I am gonna add these to the display that I have behind my desk, and hopefully over time, maybe keep building these out and have like a full wall behind my desk.
You're more delusional than I thought.
You guys wanna send me some more free ones so I can make an entire wall back here of all my graded cards. I'm all for it.
You never know.
So here we have the white edition. Same thing as before. The box just has this in it. It's got your screws in there. It's got your vaulted sticker. Slap one of those on your MacBook. Again, super strong magnets, I'm guessing. Oh, yes, very strong magnets. But I will say this feels like really, just hit my microphone. I will say this feels like really strong acrylic. Like it's a thick boy. It's not like a thin sheet of acrylic you get from like a Temu product or some crap like that. But here we have our white faceplate right here. 4 screws. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Top left, all the corners, you know what I mean. And then this just snaps right on there. Again, not going anywhere. I'm gonna show you real quick, just in case you haven't seen the other videos that I have done. So nice little promo card here in a Gem Mint 10, and we're gonna slap this right into the display. And then at the end, I'll show you when it's all filled out and everything too. But the way I like to do these is I like to insert them on the bottom first and then push them in the top corners. And that's it. But it actually fits in there really nicely. Also, not coming out. And then when you put this nice cover over the front of it, boom. I think this looks awesome. And especially if you have white walls and all these nice slabs in here, that's gonna look really good. To be able to display your cards on something this sleek and minimal, to be able to just put this up on the wall without having all kinds of crazy heavy hardware and steel doors and everything else, this just makes sense to me. This makes sense to me for somebody who wants to be agile with their collection, be able to pop this open, switch out their slabs with some new ones that they got. I do think that the Hollowave one looks absolutely sick though. Almost looks like a camo, like a chameleon, or like fish scales almost. So now that I actually have this in my hand with those exact updates, basically the only thing that I would say I could still see room for improvement, yeah, it might be like 1/8 inch thick acrylic. I think that's perfect. The skin underneath it though, those I think don't need to be as thick or substantial. They could still be flexible and a little bit thinner, I think. But maybe logistically that didn't make sense. Maybe it makes it stick too much to the front cover when you take the front cover off. That could be true. Honestly, I just didn't think of that until just now, but maybe that has something to do with it. But other than that, I think this is genuinely a near perfect product. The only thing that I could say in addition to that could improve would be the rounded edges here on the front window don't quite match up to the squared edges on the foam part of the display block. If you see that right there, it's like one little minor inconsistency, but to be honest, I don't know if I would want to change that, just because when I do grid these up next to each other, I don't want there to be like a rounded gap right there. I'd rather it be flush, like edge to edge. So maybe that doesn't need to get fixed. So I'm actually going to throw in a little bonus tip. So if you are going to put these up on the wall as kind of a grid, just know that the magnets in here kind of want to fight with each other and not like let you line them up. I do is I actually go around the back and I will put a piece of tape across the back of this to actually keep them together, and that way when I go to hang them up on the wall and put the screws in, I don't have to worry about them like being perfectly lined up and there being like a tiny gap. This is actually what it looks like if you do tape the back of it with some packing tape, and you literally can't tell from the front at all because the tape stops at the bottom. Pro tip: it took less than 3 minutes. I think it was like 2 minutes 50 seconds to mount these up. Crazy. Super fast, super light, and super freaking cool. Throw some slabs in there, a bunch of new stuff that I just got. I'll show you those, and then put those covers back on there, those windows. I'm actually standing on my desk right now, but the way that these actually go in is super simple. You literally just push them in. That's it. If you want to get them out, you just push down on the top or bottom, and it'll pop out. It's super, super simple. So I'm gonna load this thing up real quick. All of these awesome cards. I'm not gonna do it in any particular order. And there we have it. That looks epic. So the goal here would be to get another one there, another one there, another one over here, and another one up there. And then make this one big wall of slabs. I'm gonna continue to let you guys know what kind of stuff I'm picking up to enhance my experience as a collector. There's so much more to this hobby to enjoy. It's not just about fighting with scalpers. If you do wanna check these things out, just head over to vaultedcollection.com. I don't have any kind of discount code or anything like that to give you at this time. If there is one between now and when I edit this, it'll pop up on the screen below. Editor PokeFang here. I just wanna let you guys know that as I am editing this video, I noticed that the vaultedcollection.com website updated their banner to say that collector day is coming May 26th. That's actually coming right up. So that's 20% off site-wide and a free pack of cards with every order. I'm just reading this right off the banner. Nobody told me to say this, but being that I don't have an affiliate code I can give you, you do want to get 20% off of your order and a free pack. It looks like the 26th of May is the day to do that. So check out vaultedcollection.com and don't miss out on that. Thanks for sticking around. I'll catch you in the next one. And as always, happy haunting, Fang Gang. Peace.